Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Maggie and I will be your guide through the Dreamliner 787 business case, Group F of the University of Sussex. This is a supply chain management presentation. Welcome aboard! On behalf of the captain and the entire crew, we would like to remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. At this time, your electronic devices must be set to airplane mode until an announcement is made upon arrival. Now, let's meet the team. Our crew members today are Abu Lemin, Denis Rivera, Luffy Ma, Paul Yu, and Sergei Probyshev. Well, now that you know our team, make sure that your seatbelt is correctly fastened. However, I would like to direct your attention to the agenda that will be performed in the next few minutes. First, we will learn about Boeing history and which way the Dreamliner goes, and moreover, let's not forget about the industry context and the competitive environment. Secondly, it's important to address which were the problems that this company faced over the supply chain, such as the supply chain model itself, the suppliers, the technology, labor and management implications. At the end, we will review the performance action plan and the conclusions. The captain informs me that we are third in priority for takeoff. We should depart in a few minutes. Meanwhile, let's have a look over the introductions part. Boeing is a top designer and manufacturer of airplanes, rotorcraft, rockets and satellites. Its headquarters are based in Chicago, Illinois in the USA. The primary divisions are Boeing Commercial Airplanes, Boeing Defense, Space and Security, Engineering Operations and Technology, Boeing Capital, and Boeing Shared Services Group. The nature of their operations at the Commercial Airplanes business unit is low volume, variability, visibility, and variation in demand. Regarding the operations performance, dependability, speed, and flexibility were seriously damaged after the Dreamliner 787 release. Talking about the Dreamliner goals, Boeing decided to release a brand new airplane model using pull strategy, with high expectations over the media. And the aims of this model were to increase passenger capacity, and this using less fuel. But those physical improvements over the plane design were not the only ones. In fact, this plane was supposed to reduce the development time from 6 to 4 years and the final assembly time from 40 to only 3 days. Wow! With all of that, this amazing plane will be able to have long-haul flights in a more profitable scenario. Regarding the industry context and the competitive scenario, the main competitor was the Airbus 380, but the strategy of this competitor was very different, as they decided to use the hub-to-spoke distribution paradigm, in which all the traffic moves along the spokes connected to a hub in the center. Airbus' strategy was also focused on competing for cargo volume as well for the mid-class passenger markets that were already increasing in a global context of sustainability concern. Finally, one of the aims of this model was to improve quality standards on passenger services, such as the dynamic LED lighting, bigger windows, lower cabin attitude, and a smooth ride through the turbulence. It sounds very nice, right? But what could go wrong? Oh my God! Here we are! The supply chain issues. First, Boeing decided to develop and produce the Dreamliner using an unconventional supply chain model to the aircraft manufacturing industry. Boeing's model was based on Toyota supply chain, which enabled this company to develop new cars with shorter development cycle times while outsourcing the majority of its vehicles manufacturing process to a group of partners and always considering a close follow-up over them. Unlike the development of the previous model, the 737, in which Boeing was a manufacturer of thousands of suppliers, the new supply chain model was based on a tiered structure that allowed around 50 Tier 1 strategic partners, called the Dreamliners, to perform the pre-assembly process. Also, this model efficiency was depending on the synchronized just-in-time deliveries for all major sections for the tiers. But if the delivery of a single section was delayed, then the aircraft will be delayed as well. It took more than 3 years to release the first plane. The second issue were the suppliers' capabilities to take new roles and responsibilities. The supply chain was affected by the lack of visibility, without accurate and on-time information in the system. So the project company was seriously compromised, and the suppliers were in jeopardy facing losses. Another important topic was the contract term distinction from strategic and non-strategic partners. When the last one, the payment also was done after the release of the first plane. Unfortunately, this lack of efficient integration caused Boeing extra expenses by sending its staff at the supplier's location to fix the problem and also affording redesigning costs. Sure, it was true. Boeing realized that their suppliers did not have enough expertise, know-how, and financial capabilities to perform according to the expectations. Talking about the third issue, that was improving technology, when the Dreamliner was released, it faced the fear by using new material such as the composite on a high percentage of the total manufacturing design. The potential issue was the porous nature of the composite, because the moisture that gains in the altitude may cause the lamination, but the engine exchangeability ensured that this plane could switch engines off and achieve the necessary level of process integration. On the other hand, ExoStar was a web-based tool created to provide control and integration over the flow and the supply chain, but without accurate information there, the value of these tools were decreased. The last technology risk was the configuration of the computer network, as a flight control system and the entertainment one were managed by the same network computer. On the laboral side, the company outsourced around 70% of the development. Then Boeing started to worry about the continuity of the jobs, so they decided to go on a strike. And after 60 days, the company solved the problem. By developing this project, Boeing outsourced an unprecedented amount of their airplane parts to its partners in Europe, Japan, and China, but also transferred an unprecedented know-how. Before the 787, Boeing had retained almost total control of the plane design and provided suppliers precise engineering drawings for building the parts. That is what we call build-to-print. The only exception were the jet engines. The last issue were about the management. It's important to say that the original leadership team in this program did not include a staff with enough supply chain risk expertise and also with the ability to manage an unconventional supply chain in this industry. Ooh, wow! Finally, Bo, we're working on the adjustments. So let's have a look. There were Tier 1 suppliers as Boeing aircraft, which did not have the capability to develop the different sections of the aircraft, and by the end of 2009, Boeing decided to acquire 2 divisions of this company to get direct control over the T2 suppliers and avoid a collapse. Talking about the information exchange, Boeing pointed out into the ExoStar, trying to track the overall performance of the supply information flow. On the improving technology issue, Boeing redesigned its fuselage by using additional material to strengthen the wing structure and working on improvement times and engine exchangeability process. Finally, changes were made to the computer network, talking about security issues. On the laboral side, Boeing made a concession and increased 15% of the salaries to their workers. And also they said that they will stop outsourcing. Finally, the CEO and the project director were replaced during this process. Ladies and gentlemen, we have started our descent. Turn off your electronic devices until we are safely parked at the gate, and please check our conclusions. The possible risks that may arise over the design and implementation of a brand new supply chain model cannot be dismissed from top companies like Boeing. Implications such as communication issues, technology combination failures, lack of control over the tier structure have to be considered major issues and can be managed by a multi-skills team that may provide, during the planning phase, action plans and forecasts to mitigate deviations and embrace the upcoming challenges. A deeper analysis of the supplier's capabilities has to be done in order to ensure sustainability over the process in all functional units in the company. The complexity of the supply chain structure and the combination for the uses of the new technologies did not allow the company to deliver on time, affecting the selling level, financial incomes, reputation, and their image when some airplanes had security issues after being released. According to this, Boeing should have kept a greater amount of the online in-house and also proactively design strategies to enforce communication and mitigate technology issues over the supply chain. Furthermore, working on rules of quality certification and Federal Aviation Administration endorsement will bring more benefits to the company. What? We have just been cleared to land at the airport. On behalf of the entire crew, I would like to thank you for joining us in this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you aboard again in the near future.